Previously on Chats with Mum and V.
So she's understood your work.
Yes, and so because I've been able to do that, and then I do things for my husband and with my husband, and so he appreciates my work. Because there's people who work to avoid home. Yes.
Yes, there are some workaholics that hide in work.
Yeah.
Or some, like they take a thing and hide in it and neglect everything else.
Yeah, even a hobby. Oh,
Yeah.
no, even golf.
You know how many people call themselves golf widows?
Yeah, you're telling me.
Because the men have just, it has swept them completely, and they are not even focusing on their homes at all. So we're talking about balancing here, that different, you're wearing different hats, but then you have to know how to balance each hat. And what you're saying is that a lot of women, and I thank God because you're being honest, blame themselves. They self-doubt, they feel like they are not doing this enough, even though they did, even though they did well, but because now they are wearing this other hat, so they start to self-doubt because they are not in that previous hat, and it's not good. Because you can condemn yourself, and yet it's not that you're doing badly.
And I want to know from you, because I don't know any women with as many hats as you. You're an author, you're a pastor, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a grandmother, you're a singer, you're a host. You have many hats. You provide advice as well to governments. Like, your hats, mine are just a fraction of yours. Like, how do you handle it?
Okay, let me first start by saying that you just said something here, like about when you're growing up and all that, like you felt on some birthdays I won't be there because I'll be working and all that. Now, for me, honestly, and I've told you this before, this is something we've talked about in the background. I thought I was the best mom, the most present, the coolest, the best. Like, there was no mother like me, until my children now began to tell me, reality check, you are not there at this time, you are not there at this. I'm like, let me tell you, at first, I had an attitude.
You were upset.
I had an attitude. I was so upset. I was like, I took you guys to South Africa. I took you guys to London. I took you guys to what did you want? Then I swallowed every bitter pill. I did. I swallowed it. And I went back and I thought to myself, wait a minute, could my kids be saying something? And then I understood that, you know what? It was at a time of building. And you see, that's what happens, because we were in our 30s. We were young human beings. So it was in our time of building, building. And that time, much as you want to be everything for everyone, you can't. So I was busy building together with Daddy. Of course, we never went places without each other. Like, if we were going to London, we would go together to minister. US together, South Africa together, UK, everywhere. We always went together with Dad, and it helped us also grow together and all that. But we did come and compensate with you all. Like, whenever we came back, we did things.
Yeah, we had holidays
together. To try and compensate and all that. But you know what? Like I told you, and I've said this before, and I'm telling you who's watching us, that even though sometimes you think you've done your very best, your child will have something to say. And I told Vanessa, I've told Stephanie, you wait on them.
but I also told Mom, the sign of
it doesn't matter how much you bake. Just wait, they're coming.
No, but
and they'll tell you something, and you'll be like, huh?
But I said, the sign of you being a good parent is that your kid does better than you, and you did better than your mom, and etc. and etc. and etc.
My mother used to see me with eyeliner and hit me one slap like this, and it's my eyes and it's my eyeliner. And she's so small.
My grandmother's so tiny. It's like
she's this short, but man, she was lethal.
yeah.
So anyway, so that hurt when perhaps both us growing up plus bringing up, the kids. It was definitely a very tough moment, because we are growing on one side, we are bringing up on the other side, we are trying to make things work.
Yeah.
We want to give you the very best.
Yeah.
The only way to give you the very best is to work very hard, and we've always been hard workers. And okay, so in that season of growing up and trying to build, because we were building, it was tough for all of us.
Yeah.
For us, the parents, for the kids, you have your your say in it. And so it was quite tough. However, for anybody that's building, please don't blame yourself, and don't push, don't think that you're doing anything wrong, because life has to go on. You have to do what you have to do.
And the truth is, those are small qualms, because like I said, because of the foundations you guys created, we were able to not go through the same as adults. So I mean, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
But we are your kids.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be like, oh, you weren't there, blah blah blah. But we all know, me,
Yeah.
Steph, and Jay cannot thank you enough for all the work you've done. And so, like you're saying, I agree. If there's anyone who's feeling like their kids are not enjoying them right now as they're building,
Yeah.
you're doing nothing wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Because you're building. So try and balance.
Yeah.
Try and balance. Just make sure you get some balance. Like, don't leave everything to building. I'm building, so
Yeah.
everything else must die.
Yeah.
No.
And we
You-
went on
you must-
holidays together.
We did.
Yeah.
We always went on holidays together and tried as much as we could to do things together,
Yeah.
when we were around.
Yeah, it's
But nonetheless, don't beat on yourself and think, oh my gosh, I'm not doing what I need to do. Just try and balance. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Then when it comes to what
Your work.
the work.
Yeah, I want to know about your work hat. I've never seen anyone work as hard as you.
I know.
Like,
We grew up. My dad was a hard worker.
he was.
Hard worker. I mean, he was never in bed after 6 a.m. He was in the living room having his breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, he was a hard worker. And he never imagined that somebody would sleep up to 7. What would you be doing in bed up to 7? And like 7 a.m. What on earth are you doing in bed? He couldn't understand. So anyway, he taught us from a young age that hard work pays. And he always told us, listen, you've got to work hard. It's very, very important, because if you work hard, then you're going to see the benefits of your work. And so he raised us never to be lazy. And that's why when you look at us, all our siblings, we wake up very early. All of us. My mother is 80.
Yeah.
My mother is 80. She will not sleep after 7.
Yeah.
So now that she's 80. Before that, 6 a.m. she's also out and about.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we grew up like that, just knowing that hard work is very, very important. And for me, I've actually now had to train myself to rest. That's the other problem, because sometimes you can push, and you're not resting, which is still not good. You need to balance all that. So work for me is critical. Like for instance, working just on a message to preach on a Sunday. For me, as a minister, to even prepare to preach the word, oh my gosh, it takes a whole lot. Like, it takes a whole lot. You have to not just pray, and pray is critical, but wait on God even to hear what word he wants you to minister. And then to start now downloading it, first you get a skeleton, then to start filling it up. Like now, for instance, he wants you to teach on grace.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the skeleton. The skeleton is grace. What's that? To fill it up, to start putting this. Take this scripture, take this person. Da, 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 da. So it takes a lot. And to stand in front of people and minister to them is not a joke. Oh my gosh. I know that preachers look so lovely, and so admirable and beautiful, handsome when you're standing on stage.
Yeah.
But what goes behind that is not a joke. It's really breathtaking, humbling, all at the same time. It takes a lot. Like the heart keeps beating until you pick up that microphone. Your heart is still, oh my gosh, the hour has come. I'm telling you, I feel like that. We've been in JCC for 24 years.
Yeah.
Until now, my heart still skips a bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's that hour. Oh, God, your people are waiting on you. Like I shudder.
That's interesting because you don't seem like the type of person to freak out.
I know. Like the minute I pick up the microphone and the Holy Spirit just takes over, so I look like I'm so confident. Meanwhile, hey, inside, only Jehovah knows. I tell him, Father, you're the one who knows what I'm feeling right now. But he always covers me. He always takes over. So preparing for ministry is not a joke. And then on top of that, I'm also a psalmist. So, he'll give me songs, different times and all that. And so I will write songs and sing them. And so I'm in the studio and all. And then books.
You're an author.
I've written many books. I'm an author. Yeah. So I've written many books and also obviously there's that. Then I have a program, Woman Without Limits show. Woman. Woman. So there's that show. And then now there's the podcast. That I'm doing with my baby, and I love it. I love it. I think so many people are telling us that they are getting helped.
Yes.
Wherever we are going, they're like, "Oh, I saw your podcast. I like it."
And it's nice. For me, it's such a nice environment, I think, to show, I guess, the public who I am, because I'm a very private person.
You've never liked social media. You're always like, I don't want. You have a few friends and that's it.
Yeah, I have like 140, all of whom I know.
Right.
And that's not changing anytime soon.
Are you sure? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, because I think God is also bringing you out for his purpose.
I'm starting to see that now, and it's a very interesting transition. For the longest time, and you know this, like I said, I'm a lawyer and I work in policy and politics as well. I never believed in mixing the church and the state. Like when Jesus was around, the scribes provided guidance to the priests and vice versa. So they worked together, but they were never the same person. And I really took a hard stance on that. But being home, God's doing.
And then I remember Dr. Cindy also spoke to you about that.
Dr. Cindy spoke to me about it. Dr. Medina spoke to me about it.
Yeah.
Dr. Leslie spoke to me about it. Auntie Mom spoke to me about it. Prophet Stephen spoke to me about it. Pastor Jens talked to me about it. Pastor Hans prayed about it.
Prophet, like
I feel like God's just gone. Listen, you're done running.
Yeah.
And I get it. And his time, not mine. I now accept it. But like you said something about, shuddering before you take a stage. I'm the same. I think I can be a very good orator. I say think, if Mom knows me, I'm kind of self-doubting. I'm very well spoken, I understand that. But I get so nervous before any presentation, before standing. I'm talking in a meeting room of 10 people. My heart is like pounding. I had to do a presentation to the minister's office while I worked in Australia. And, they'd ask questions and I had all the answers and I did them so well. And then we leave the meeting and I'm like, oh my God, that was horrible. And my boss is like, you answered things we hadn't even considered. Like, they want you back. And it's the same for interviews. I panic. It doesn't come off as panic. Or presentations, I panic. But it doesn't look like panic.
Yeah.
And it's what you do. I'm like, God, take over.
Yeah.
Even this podcast, believe it or not, behind the screen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, before I speak, before I open my mouth to publicly declare anything, God, your words have to come through because I can't look like a fool. That's just one thing I just can't. It's like my biggest fear, like sounding dumb. And then it's not everyone's, but for me it is a really big maybe even a character flaw.
Because you're a perfectionist.
Yeah, maybe it's a character flaw, that I need to work on.
Yes.
I don't know everything.
No one is perfect.
No one is perfect. I accept I don't know everything. But there's this fear about being wrong. And maybe it's also a firstborn thing. I mean, all my firstborns, daughters particularly.
Hey.
Firstborn, sit down. Oh my God, we need to call Aunt Jane. My aunt, she's exactly like me. She'd get it. We're almost raised with such a big expectation of doing things right. You're the example for your siblings. You have to do the right thing. You have to take care of your siblings. Like you almost even become a second mom sometimes. So there's so much on the firstborn.
Of course.
And I'm yet to meet one who doesn't flow in the same energy.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
So when it comes to work, okay, there's a lot of things that I particularly have to do, and I have to always remember that it cannot pull me away from the core. Because that's where the problem is. You can be a jack of all trade and then a master of none.
Yeah.
So you
but
need to
it's
know.
Still better than a master of one. That is the part of the saying that no one says.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Because sometimes you try everything, and then sometimes you're even trying what other people, what is working for other people.
Yeah.
And like for instance, they are going to get clothes to sell, and there you are now also going to get clothes to sell, and you have no business. You're not a salesperson. You're not even sit down.
Yeah.
But you're busy following that. Then you burn all your cash. You get so upset about it. So if you're going to do many other things, they need to flow. Do you understand? Like now, I'm a preacher, but I'm a writer, I'm an author, I'm a singer. So I have, music. I have
beautiful
songs
music.
Thank you. To my name. And then I'm a host, a talk show host. And I'm a fashion designer.
Yes, you are.
I style most of my clothes,
And mine too.
I fashion recently. Yeah, I'm the one who does most of my clothes. And you see, so I'm also a fashion designer. And so there's a lot, but nothing takes me away. It's just a part of creativity.
Yeah.
Because I'm a creative.
Yes.
So I love creating, things, which is part of work, but also enjoy what it is that I do. So does that answer your work? You're saying
it does.
Mom, you work so hard. You're so hardworking. You keep telling me that.
It does, and
does
I mean,
at
the core of everything you do, it's all for the kingdom. It's all kingdom based.
Yeah.
Your books are kingdom based. I mean, even self-help books are kingdom based. No one needs to better themselves if they're not trying to be better humans.
Right.
And I gather that's your core.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, even your fashion. I remember you said when you got saved, the Christians look so boring.
I didn't want to get saved because of that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to put on a headscarf and then a dress that from here till the floor, sweeping you are washing the city. Like I'm like, and no makeup at all. Like seriously, until I met a woman who said to me, "Come and see a woman. Come."
Yeah.
And then went and introduced me to Mom. Like I saw Mom, and I was totally dumbfounded. Vanessa, like I was awestruck.
There's no way this one's a
No,
Christian.
I was like, no, how?
Yeah.
You're wearing my shoes first and foremost. Those are my clothes. Like, what? She looked gorgeous. And I fell in love with her. And I said, God, if you can save her, you can save me too.
Yeah.
That's how I got saved. Because I saw my tribe.
That's it.
I saw my tribe.
And I think that's something you do with all these little facets of life, because you're dynamic women of God, but you don't fit the mold. I can't put you in the league with anyone. You do your own thing.
Me, I keep telling them,
particularly
if you're
here.
trying to put me in a mold, imagine you
Good luck.
missed me. That train, it left the station. If you expect me to dress up like your normal
First lady,
you'll be shocked. That's the day I'm coming in tight jeans.
where you just say hi.
And
Thank you for coming.
yeah, that's the day I'm coming with boots
Yes, ma'am.
that are from down all the way to the.
Hey.
I cannot be boxed. You can't. It's not possible. And that's me. I'm a sanguine.
Yeah.
I love color. And I love looking good. And so you can't box me and put me in the. I'll wear blue hair.
I want to see it.
You know I have blue hair.
I want to see it.
I have purple too.
You need to
I
see
wear
it.
gold hair. Yes.
But you wear
I
gold.
wear green.
Do you think that maybe your personality helps you traverse the multiple hats of womanhood easier?
I think so. I really think so.
I think so too.
Yeah. And I think a lot of women see themselves in me.
Yeah.
They see themselves in me. That's what you hear. I just want to be like, oh my gosh, I can't. You know, they see themselves in me. Like, maybe they feel they have permission to be.
That's it.
Yeah. You know, there's somebody you can say, like, when I saw mom, I saw, okay, I have permission to look good, to wear my makeup and still be saved.
Yeah.
You know, and wear my high shoes and my boots and still be born again, loving Christ, like beyond.
Genuinely.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So when it comes to work, I work until, actually my husband is the one who has taught me how to rest. Like, baby, just take a break. Just take a break. Take a back seat. And I have had to learn how to relax. And that's why I love playing golf.
Yeah.
Because it makes me relax. It makes me unwind. It helps me. So that's my sport.
And you're really good.
I got an eagle the other day. And a few birdies.
For those who don't know, an eagle is when you hit a ball 3 times on a 5-time hit. I don't know, that's the golf for dummies.
Yeah. Like, really good.
And 4 times in a 5 par, or 3 times in a 5 par, etc.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So that helps me. So, you know, like, we're talking about wearing different hats.
Yeah.
So that work hat is very important for me, because
You do it so seamlessly.
Lazy is not my thing, and I hate, you know, Christ hates it.
Yeah, you should.
Don't be slothful.
Yeah.
Look at the ant. Says, you sluggard.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to the ant. See how the ant works.
Without supervision.
Without supervision.
Right.
And to the one who buried the talent,
yes,
he said, you fool.
You
fool.
What were you doing with it?
Couldn't you even take my money to the bank
at least
to grow? At least. It's the least you can do. Showing us that taking it to the bank is the least you can do.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So God he likes hard work. He likes people who work. He doesn't want us to be kingdom lazy people.
Yes.
He wants kingdom go-getters.
Yeah. And it's the faith without action is dead.
It's
like,
dead.
How many people are like, oh, I have faith. I'm like, and? Like, you want to travel the world. I have faith that I'm going to travel. Do you have a passport? No, but I have faith that I'm going to travel. I have faith.
I'm going to get a car. I'm going to drive. Do you have a license?
Do you have a license? No. You know,
I want to get married. I want to get married. Have you read one book
on marriage?
On marriage.
I want to own a house. I want to own a house. The house where you're in. Do you care for it? Like, that's actually something for another time. But I think as much as we walk in faith, we need to understand that faith without action is dead. And that message is just so relevant for me.
It is. It really is. It absolutely is. It's so deep.
It's so deep.
It's so deep because you have then to put action. And, you know, you cannot be a person that just depends on people.
Yeah.
You know, for handouts. You can't. You have to love yourself enough.
Yes.
To wake up and do something with your life.
That's it.
Your life like cannot be one for just handouts. Give me rent. Give me this. Give me this. Everybody goes through a season, but don't make the season your stop.
Yeah. Or your story.
Or your story.
Yeah.
So when it comes to work, you have to really, really, you know, be a go-getter. Don't sit back and just wait for people to work for you. Yeah. And then you're sitting there. By the way, when you work, you have purpose, you find value, you find meaning in life. Mm-hmm. If you don't have any work, you just life just passes you by.
Just exist.
Yeah.
There's a message you said from Dr. Medina that was stuck on you. Oh my gosh!
It's actually a guy. Uh-huh. It's
Dr. Leslie who said it.
It's one of the ladies. I'll tell you, Nora Odweso.
Yeah.
You know what she said? Daniel 6:2.
Yeah.
And she said that they put Daniel together with his friends.
Yeah.
They put them in charge.
Yeah.
So that the king doesn't go through loss.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what that means is that you cannot work and make losses for the king.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like working as unto the Lord,
yeah,
you cannot be bringing losses
yeah,
to kingdom.
Yeah.
That means, what are you doing with your time? He has given you time. What are you doing with that time? Because if you're not doing anything, what you're doing is bringing losses
to the kingdom.
Isn't that powerful?
That's very powerful.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so when it comes to work, yes.
And now, wife. You're very full-on wife. Like you're the touchy. You're like, baby, let's go here. Baby, let's do this. Baby.
Yeah, I'm a romantic.
Yeah.
Like sanguines are. I think it's most sanguines.
Yeah.
Are romantics. So for me, yours, you said your
we're both choleric. Actually.
Love language is
time,
isn't it? Yeah, mine is also time and you know, being
gifts.
romantic. I like gifts. Yes.
Yeah.
I like gifts. I feel so good to open gifts. My God.
It can even be chocolate. Like you just like gifts.
Opening, I like gifts.
Yeah.
Like you just open. Like he got me a ring the other day. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
What a man. What a man. So
what a mighty good man.
What a mighty good man. So when it comes to marriage, again, I go back to my dad. My dad taught us family is everything. And he was completely sold out to us as his family. My father could go anywhere in the world for his family. He could do anything for us. He loved mom so much.
He did.
That it was like ridiculous. Like what? Who loves like this? He loved my mother like that. He told my husband that if you can take care of your family, God will always take care of you.
Yeah.
My husband, your father has never forgotten. He always repeats that.
Yeah.
So having grown up like that, it helped me now in the kingdom even more. Because then I understood what that means to God. where family is concerned. Wife, submit to your husband as unto the Lord. And so for me, marriage is so more than just an individual doing life. It's purpose and serving God through it. Does that make sense?
It does.
And I think that's why I have a revelation of it that is so deep. That is not just a man and a woman, but it is a man and a woman doing God's business here on earth and fulfilling God's purpose for marriage here on earth. So it means a lot, and that's why I do my part to be a good wife. Yeah, like I don't like to disappoint my husband in any way. Like if he is disappointed at all, in any way, I will not be at peace. I'll always be like, baby, okay, what can I do? Okay, tell me, why are you feeling like you're feeling? Because sometimes I'll feel like the way he's taking things is not what I meant.
Yeah. And you can be very blunt. Like, I think, like, sometimes you'll say something that you don't want to offend someone, but you offend them.
Because I'm forthright.
Because you're so forthright. I'm like, oh my God, Mom, you can't say that.
You see, for me, I'm forthright. I'm black and white.
Yeah.
I don't do gray areas. I don't do gray. I'm black or white. So I'll say it the way it is. And I'm not the kind to now just be upset and feeling bad.
And you don't even dwell. And you don't dwell.
No. Once we deal with it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. So marriage, and you tell me about yours.
No, I mean,
in that department, in that heart.
No, it's the same though. You were able to mirror your marriage based off the idea of family that you got from your dad. So you wear that hat incredibly well. And I'm in the same boat because, I mean, my husband is so much like dad. And, as much as me and you're different, I still have so much of you in marriage particularly. That I've fashioned from what I've seen. But we're, from my understanding, since I've been back to the country, in the minority in Kenya. I mean, I don't think too many people are going around and seeing what this looks like. And so a lot of women in the marriage hat are struggling. Divorce has become the hot topic.
That's a whole podcast, like maybe for 5
whole episodes.
Five episodes.
Yeah.
Because it's the truth. It's become a taboo where there is
marriage has become a taboo.
Divorce happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like a real taboo where, and then for things that
irreconcilable differences. Everyone is stating that. I'm like, you've been with this person for like quite long. What is so irreconcilable?
Right.
I mean, other than abuse and continuous adultery. I wish, and this is gonna, I don't know how people will take it, do with it as you will. I wish women took a lot more time considering why they want to get married, because that's another hat we're going to wear. And it shouldn't just be about the day, the wells and the bells, the whistles, the dress, the ideal family. It should be more than that. You should really think, what does marriage mean to me? What does family mean to me?
And this, we are talking about both parties. Yes. Not just women, but even the men.
But now we're talking about the hats women wear. So I'm only talking to the women.
Okay.
And that's why. Because I've said this in the past. We live in a world where the world has opened up to women. And it is fantastic. It is the best thing that's ever happened, especially for a woman like me, who, this access has really allowed me to thrive. But I think we take things like marriage a bit too lightly. And so when we go through all these different hats, that's probably at the back of the line. And I remember you and Dad used to tell me this all the time, and we'd be like, oh my gosh, you guys are all about each other, like, that's enough. And you'd be like, Vanessa, there's going to be a point when all you kids leave us.
Yes.
And then it will be just the two of us.
Yes.
If we don't have anything, what are we left
What
with?
are we left with if we don't talk to each other?
If we don't talk to each other, what are we left with when the kids went? And I was 16 when you said that. A lot happened when I was 16. And that really stuck with me. And so when I wear that hat, in the many hats women wear, that goes through my mind.
That this is your man. This is what you have.
This is us.
And if you don't build a friendship and a closeness, then you're just strangers, because there are people who are just sharing a house
and bound by kids. How many people can't leave because of all the children?
Which should never be the case, because I tell you, kids grow up very fast and they leave so quick. They leave. Oh my gosh! Ask me, I tell you. Before I could open my eyes, they were gone. And I was like, oh, Lord have mercy, like
you're like, I should have had 4 more.
I kept saying, man, I should have had more, because they just went, and I was so young when you were going. Like, seriously, like,
I was young too.
Yeah.
But okay, because I want us to wrap this up. The hats.
Yeah, the hats. So you said you also saw and emulated.
Yeah.
Because you saw a picture of what a wife hat looks like.
Exactly.
Okay, that's beautiful, and I think that's a very stellar moment of where there's something Vanessa said that I think you really need to ponder on. Like, before you get married, ask yourself, why did I get married? That is in my book. Yeah, on marriage.
Yeah,
it's in my book. I've written a lot of why did I get married. You need to read that book, by the way. It's powerful. And also ask yourself why. Because this thing is supposed to be lifetime commitment. And so don't imagine that I'm just going to try it out. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to leave. No, that doesn't please God. If you're going to come in, then come in to stay. And I don't doubt that you may come in with that notion, with that mindset, and then your spouse becomes the opposite of what you intended. I understand that. And so I'm not just saying, that you walked out and sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you're forced by circumstances. So please, I understand that. Okay, so that's the wife hat. And the other hat,
I mean, the other hat is just you. Actually, the other hat is, what do you do with your time? Like, what does Vanessa do for fun? Outside job, outside me, outside work, outside church, what's fun for Vanessa?
Yeah.
As much as I can be extroverted, I found as I got older, I became very introverted. So, like, my own space is very enjoyable. Like, just to sit with a good book or a good TV show. I'm starting to enjoy golf, but I do that for mom, so still that's not very much me. And I enjoy it. I am now.
Yeah. I like your swing.
Thank you. I got it from my mama. But I find that I really enjoy being in my own company.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful that I'm there, because for those of you who don't know my and my husband's story, falling back on it now, it was a very big God marriage, whether we knew it or not, because I was in no rush to date nobody, no hurry, no need, no want, no desire. I had my age being 30 because of my career, and God did his thing. But in that time, I got to spend so much time with me. I was so self-assured and self-aware that now when I'm in a space of having all these hats, I still just love me time as well. And
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. What else do you enjoy? Apart from now, your me time, alone time, what other hats do you... I know.
I'm going to say baby.
You like hanging out with your friends, the childhood friends.
Yes.
Michelle
and Rachel.
And Rachel.
Shout out.
Hey, yeah.
And of course the bigger group, there's Noni and Kendi and a whole group of other girls, and they're awesome. That's one of the nicest things actually about being back in Kenya. We all grew up and we all had our different lives, but we all had space for each other. And that's really good. And these are all very strong women in very different industries, all just doing well. And so I have a great community. I'm starting to make some new friends as well. And they're all doing very well.
From near school as well.
From near school as
Yeah,
well. You know,
yeah.
some mom friends. And so, I'm just gonna say it. I like the good life. I like good restaurants. I like good coffee shops. Like anywhere
Talk about,
nice,
oh my gosh.
bougie. I'm all about it. I'll be honest. Actually, I think that's where I like to spend my
Yeah,
time.
yeah. But she's always finding out this restaurant, mommy. We have to try this, and we have to try this. I've liked some of them though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I like good things in life,
Yeah.
which is why I have to work so hard because I like good things in
We
life.
keep telling her, you better be a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Because
Because I have a
you're
life to
doing-
sustain,
Yeah. You do.
and I love
Wow.
to travel. Actually, I think number one is after me time, and friends and family. But this is about me, so family is next. Traveling. I love traveling. And so far, obviously outside Kenya, my favorite country is Italy. Where I have to take you.
We have to go.
You love Italians. They're
We
like
have to go.
they're like
Okay, I
seriously
also
European
like my me
Kenyans.
time. My me time. I like to play golf. I like to travel. I love to travel. Like there's nothing that does it for me. Like when we just go out far away with my husband, and then get a car, hire a car, and drive like 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours to a place we don't know, never been. And he does all that for me because I like drives. Just put me in the car and let's go. Where? I don't care. As long as we're going, we just go. That's me. I love it. And so for
And
me,
sure.
and shopping.
Excellent.
That's another hat.
That's the biggest hat.
Yeah, that's a big hat.
Yeah.
I like that hat. And especially when he tells me, baby, don't worry, I'll be reading this book. I said, baby, read it. Read it. Take your time so I can go and shop. Read the book, baby. So I can go and shop and I love that. So I want to let you know, as a woman, wear your heart and wear it well. And never try to be what you're not. Be authentic, be yourself, enjoy yourself. And if you don't like something, let your voice be heard. Don't do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
This was fun.
What's the biggest hat? What would you say was your biggest hat? As we conclude.
For me, my biggest that I haven't even talked about
Yeah.
is time with God.
Yeah. See, I knew that.
For me, my biggest is time with God. I love spending time with God. Praying, reading the word, worshiping. I'm a worshiper. Did I even say that?
No.
I'm a worshiper. For me, I love just spending time with God. Just, loving Him and worshiping Him.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
When I grow up, I'm going to be exactly like you. And
I was telling you, in your 50s, you will look like this. This is not bad.
no, I tell my husband every time, I'm
this
like,
is not bad at all.
you'll be okay. Black don't crack.
Black really don't crack. Have you seen my mother at 80?
Yeah, I know.
She don't got no wrinkle.
Yeah.
So, you're now ready for Nia.
Yes.
And her birthday.
Yes, so much to do.
So you've
Oh my
baked
gosh.
you've baked cake.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I baked cake pops, cakesicles, cookies, mini donuts, the main cake in an Italian paradiso cake, and I'm gonna make like some mini desserts as well.
Oh my gosh. And this is hey. Okay, you're definitely spending the night. How are you gonna be? We are just talking about taking care of yourself. How are you gonna be able to take care of them tomorrow's?
I'll sleep after tomorrow.
You have to sleep to be able to take care of the birthday.
I've done it every year. Every year since she was born. I think my body is just used to it. It like knows. So with that, I bid you adieu.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Nia.
Happy birthday, kiddo. Mommy loves you.
Shosho loves you.
And mommy and daddy love you always and
You're gonna turn 7
forever.
in style.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Oh, and there's a theme. There is a fame.
No, I need to know.
Are you sure?
Yeah.